Celtic themes. It's called the Beacon of Hope, but locally we call it the Thingy with the Ringy, and that kind of works just on the left hand side. Away to the far left is a square. Well, I made a very famous speech. So, doesn't seem to be too much traffic at all. Like I said, most McDonald's used to be the castle. This is the castle grounds now, built upon, if you like, and coming up the right hand side is the last remaining building from the era that they developed it, which is the 1760s. So these structures on the left hand side, because you come from Maritime Island, are all meant to represent maritime history. They're really sails and structures related to Belfast shipyard. It's where Pavarelli performed his operatic debut in the British Isles, by the way. Just beyond it, you can actually see it at the top, is the Europa Hotel, and facing it would be the Crown Bar. Very famous bar in Belfast, Victorian, but it's where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle visited just a few years ago, sent by the same man who designed the Bank of England, Sir John Soane. Still a very good school, right in the heart of Belfast. They said we had originally the tech of the space. So the space is what you're going to drive through at the moment. Perfectly safe, by the way. All of these images are propaganda. It's up to you whether you believe them or not. They're very left-wing, they're very socialist. No flags flying here, no British flags flying here. That'll change within a few hundred yards. So they put up images on the wall to express their point of view. It's up to you whether you believe it or not, or endorse it on the right-hand side. So, let's say point of view. These gates will close tonight at 6:30. Until 6:30 tomorrow morning. So once you go through these gates, it's Britishness. So this is the very first peace wall of Belfast, put up in 1971. I came from this part of the world, and I used to walk through the streets that were running from left to right. Never was attacked on this. This side is 100% British. The other side of the wall is 100% Irish. And it manifests itself in religion as well. Protestants tend to be British, there's the British flag, and Catholics tend to be, the Irish tend to be Catholic. So, Scottish flag. I haven't seen the Welsh flag. I'm trying to think what the Welsh flag is. Oh yeah. So, as you drive up here, I'm going to stop. Perfectly safe. Just a little bit further. I was saying, if nothing else, you don't have to live here. But you can see the difficulties that is here. This side is 100% Protestant. And the only person ever going through the wall is that doorway just on the left, the Dalai Lama. I met lots of people who were here to help us. I met Dr. Richard Haas, diplomat, to solve the issue of flying flags. Here's what they think of him: stick Haas up your ass. So as you go down this road, this will be the Shankill Road, and you'll see plenty of flags flying. You'll see plenty of red, white and blue, and you see references to football, because the Irish play Gaelic sports. Everybody knows about the IRA, but they forget there was a homegrown Protestant terrorist group, and this is them coming up on the left hand side on the wall. But these are Protestant terrorists. It's only right to describe them. IRA did lots of things here, put bombs in these districts, and it's commemorated by memorial gardens, if you like. A poppy is, and of course they have Her Majesty on the wall on the left hand side. And the Welsh Dragon right in the middle. So on the right hand side is a memorial garden to an atrocity that was committed. A wonderful church called St. Anne's. It really is, you have to go and appreciate it. A few people suffering from drink already. So St. Anne's Cathedral on the left hand side. Honestly, you ever get a chance, that is a wonderful building inside. So this is Donegal Street. They cleaned this river up. This is the Lagan River, and they put a weir here in 1998. And this is a very dirty part of Belfast at one time. And you got to go to Scotland, you got to go to everywhere. England and Liverpool, you name it. But they moved the docks a little bit further up, put that weir on the left hand side. They oxygenated the water, and now we have salmon coming up the river, pursued by seals. That's taken 30 years, but it just shows you it can be done.
Which is rounded off a little bit. The glaciers came past here, and they rounded off the hills. That hard volcanic rock remained and provided
thing to scare the horses. Yeah. Gone fishing.
your cruise.
Excuse us. Can't watch. Paddle to the side.
Paddling a lot. Cool.
Shipbuilders and merchants, whose most famous member was the poet and novelist Tobias Smollett. Such was the wealth and influence of the Smollets, the house has welcomed a few famous guests in its time. Former Prime Ministers Winston Churchill and Anthony Eden, as well as Empress Eugenie of France, have all visited here. It was sold in 1986, and after extensive additions to the original building, Cameron House was converted into a luxury 5-star hotel by the Glasgow-based tobacco merchant George Martin and was designed by famed Scottish architect John Burnett. During the Second World War, the house was used as a convalescent home for American servicemen coming from the front in France. After the war, as a goodwill gesture, the house was converted into a youth hostel thanks to a generous donation from American trade unions. The house remained a youth hostel until 2012, when it was bought over and converted into a 27-bedroom private home once again. Highland Boundary Fault Line. It's a geological fault created when the land that formed Scotland crashed together 500 million years ago. This is Inchmurren. Inchmurren is 1.5 miles long by half a mile wide and is the largest inland island in Great Britain.
Oh, yeah.
Large country park which is owned by Glasgow City Council. In recent years, the park and castle have been used as an open-air music venue, with the likes of Gaelic rockers Runrig, REM and Oasis all having performed here. Throughout the country, it's tradition in the local area to finish wedding celebrations with a version of the song, and it's also a firm favourite with fans of Scotland's national football and rugby teams. It's the man who is sentenced to death who will arrive in Loch Lomond before his friend by way of the underworld.
On Loch Lomond. Can ask all passengers to make sure you have your personal belongings and put rubbish in the rubbish bins provided. Please take care on the stairs and steps when disembarking the vessel, and remember wear your face masks on the way off. Thank you.
It looks a bit familiar, but it was raining much more heavily, and I think I stayed in the downstairs bit, so I didn't see much.
An anti-clockwise direction, which will take you to the water's edge, and then to come back to the car park, you would come up this street.
you.